you can take those same characteristics right? Just gonna apply a tail. And once we go into module number 3, you guys will understand a little bit more about what it takes to make your character more appealing towards a certain market. So you could have a character with a shirt. And this curves up. Right, but you get an idea of how you can take those same common traits and then apply those to a character that you're going to be able to use later on down the line. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And once you understand the different concepts of the different features that go onto your characters, you can start applying that and making that be part of your actual designs. So you can start applying the stylization that you are used to once you understand where those things go. For example, here we have one that I did for promotion for an esports team called Team Liquid. And I took the elements of a horse and then humanized it a little bit to be able to make it more into something that would be appealing and look like the actual animal. Here are another examples of some different lizards that I just decided to, draw. Some of them look like this one was meant to be a gecko, this one as well. And then this one was supposed to be more of a generic crocodile-ish like lizard. And then we have other things like sketches for concept art. Something like a panda that's a sage with goggles, right? Understanding and taking into consideration the basic elements that we took already, which were fuzzy little ears, markings that are very specific. And then instead of choosing to make them black and white, I just decided to give them color. So then here's a couple different examples with some like the orca. And you can see that I'm taking elements from not just the shark, but in this case, also an octopus. And then taking those patterns, those textures, and the way that they move and referencing it in order to create an element of a character that makes more sense to me. And then as a last one, because I wanted to create one with an orca on it as well, you can see that we took, let's bring that back up. We took the elements from the orca, and then I just turned those into an actual character. Something that would fit nicely on a cereal box, something that I can use later on. Maybe if I want to make something with this character later, it's going to allow me the opportunity to do so. But if I don't, it just ends up being a nice little illustration that is very accurate to an actual depiction of a real, animal. And then we can start going from there. But learning all those little tiny nuances that make up the background of R and the elements that make the character that particular character is going to be a huge aspect of this. So with that being said, some of the exercises that you can do in order to be able to create more accurate things and be getting used to it is to start going about creating elements like, make sure I get the right pen, like fins. Play around putting them on nothing. Play around just like by drawing them and getting used to what the different elements are going to look like. Maybe a sharp one is going to be more like a shark instead of a whale, right? Or maybe a soft one is going to be more like a dolphin. Or you can just have really fun ones. There's sometimes the fins bend, more like an orca. And then you can start having a lot of different elements that will, be differentiate from each other, but still be within the same family.